So I recently made a video about Google's new Nano Banana AI photo editor, and you guys absolutely love that video. Well, since then, I've discovered 7 more ways to potentially make money with Nano Banana that honestly are even better than the ones in the original video. And the crazy part is, this is still completely free to use. Now, just like before, I can't promise you're gonna make any money with any of these. Starting an online business is hard, and there's really no guarantee of success. But this new tool, I believe, is a complete game changer. And I think you guys are absolutely going to love what I have to show you. So let's jump right into it. All right, so this first new method might honestly be one of the best opportunities I'm gonna show you today. If you haven't heard of these AI influencers yet, these are basically completely virtual people. This isn't a real person. This is an AI avatar that someone created, and they post pictures of them frequently on Instagram. And eventually, once you build up a big enough following, you can get brand deals and sponsorships as well. Now, the biggest challenge with AI influencers is the consistency of the character. You need to make sure that the character in all of the photos are the same. Without that, the sort of illusion is eliminated. Now, we're not trying to trick people into believing this is a real person. Most people know that this is an AI influencer, but they don't care. And luckily, now with Nano Banana, it's a lot easier to create a consistent character like this. So just to compare, I'm going to do the same thing on ChatGPT and on Google AI Studio, which is what I use to access Nano Banana. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT to create a realistic photo of a 25-year-old woman with long brown hair, green eyes, wearing casual clothing at a coffee shop. So I'm going to do that in ChatGPT, and I'm also going to do it in Google AI Studio. So let's give both of them a moment. You see ChatGPT is thinking here. Over here on Google, we already have the image right there. So that was really fast. This is one of the things I love about Nano Banana is that it's so much faster than ChatGPT, which as you see is not even done with the photo, even though it started a lot sooner than Gemini did. So here's a photo of the woman right here. So that is our new AI influencer. So what you can now do is ask Google to put this woman into different scenes. So I can say, put her in a bookshop now. And while that's working, let's return back here and we finally have the woman right here. So I'm happy with that one. So I'm gonna say the same thing, put her in a bookshop now. And let's see if it's able to do that consistently. Now over here, we see we have our second image from Google. So here's the same woman. Take a look at both photos. Here she is in the first one. That's what she looks like. And here is the exact same woman now in a coffee shop. So this is great because now you can have that consistent character creation. You can create multiples of these and put them on Instagram. You know, use Google to come up with a nice caption for it as well. So I can say, I'm going to use this as an Instagram post, come up with a nice caption for it. And here it gave me 5 different options. So it says lost in the best kind of escape. Happy reading, everyone. So great. You know, don't have to overcomplicate it. Now over here on ChatGPT, it's still working, but there, we're now done. So let's look now. It did a pretty good job, actually. I'm actually pretty surprised at how well it worked. She does look very similar, not exactly the same. I think her eyes are a different color, but it's pretty close. So I'm actually pretty impressed with that. However, one thing I will say is that Google's just a lot faster, and I really like the way the images look a lot better as well. So this definitely makes it a lot easier because you're able to create so many of these so quickly. Okay, the second method I have for you today is creating and publishing graphic novels. And this is something that has become so accessible now thanks to Nano Banana. So I came into Google AI Studio and I told it I am putting together a short graphic novel, just gonna be a few pages long. And I told it what the novel is gonna be about. It's about a kid who builds a rocket ship out of a cardboard box, and then it actually does take off and brings him into space. Now, I wanted Google to write out the story, to keep in mind that it's a graphics novel, and that's for children, so it needs to be accessible in terms of language. But it didn't actually tell it to create the actual graphic novel, but it kind of jumped the gun and actually did that. So here we have the outline of all of the panels, and here we see it actually started to create the comic for us. And right away, the first thing I love about this is the consistency of the character. It looks exactly the same on this page, and if you go all the way to the last page, it looks exactly the same on the last page as well. So really amazing consistency. The other thing I love about it is that the words are totally legible. All the words on these pages actually make sense. They actually look good, which is a nice change because a lot of times the AI isn't great at putting words on a graphic, but this time it did an excellent job at it. There are still a few that are messed up, like this one right here that says countdown, and this one says 7 sig 5 instead of 6. So there's a little bit of messed up wording right there, but overall really, really nice. Now, what I recommend that you do if you're gonna do this is you have Google AI create a first draft for you. If you wanted to make any changes, ask it to make those changes, and I found that it's pretty good at making those changes as well. However, still, at this point, it's not perfect. And a lot of the fine details, it still can't get right when you ask it to make changes to those little details. So what I recommend you then do is actually download all the pages and upload them into Canva. Because in Canva, it's so easy to get the exact small edits that you want. So for instance, you see that there are like 3 earths here. Let's say I want to remove this one right here. So I click on the photo, I click on edit, and there's a great tool here called Magic Eraser. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm just going to click over one of the earths and click on erase, and it is now gone. It looks like it was never there at all. Another great thing you can do with this is actually grab text. So you see here at the top it says page 1 revised. I don't want the word revised in there. It says that because I asked it to make an edit. So I'll click here where it says edit again, and this time I'll choose the grab text, the magic grab text. I'll click on this, click on grab, and now I can actually edit this text exactly the way that I want. So I can just get rid of this, maybe do page 4 and move this over. And you can do that with any text on the page. So for those fine-tuned edits, I really recommend that you do that inside of Canva. Then once you have all the pages, you can put them all together inside of Canva and actually download it as a graphic novel and start to upload it onto websites like Webtoons or Tapas that actually pays you to upload content like this. All right, number 3 is offering virtual staging services to real estate agents. And this is actually a massive opportunity that most people don't even know exists. So I came over here to Zillow and I found this house for sale. And you see that the problem with this listing is that you can't really see what it would look like with furniture in it. All the rooms are completely empty. So what a lot of real estate agents will do is they will stage these rooms with nice looking furniture so anyone buying them has an understanding of what the space could potentially look like. But this real estate agent didn't do that because it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of money. But now with Google AI Studio, we can do this virtually for free and then just charge real estate agents for it. So coming over here to Google AI Studio, that's exactly what I did. I uploaded this picture right here, the first one of the inside, and asked it to do a virtual staging. And check it out. It looks really, really nice. This is all the furniture in here. We have a nice coffee table. They added a mirror over here and over here. The only thing I didn't like was they added this bookshelf, which isn't actually there. There's no bookshelf on the wall. So I just asked Google to remove that bookshelf, make a small edit to it, and you see it was able to do that successfully. So it's still a really nice looking staging. Now for this one, I just asked it very generally to create a staging. I wasn't super specific, but you definitely could be specific and say you want certain types of furniture or different style in there if you wanted to. So then I said, hey, let's change up the color a little bit. See, we have all this wallpaper in here. I want to create this room and make it look a lot more modern. So then it took the same thing and it updated the wallpaper, or the painting on the wall, I should say, so that it's a nicer looking color and a lot more modernized. So again, giving people an idea of what this room could look like. I then uploaded another photo of the listing. Now this one was a room I particularly thought needed a lot of work. Take a look at this. I think the wallpaper is quite dated in there, and I'm not really sure what to do with this space. So I just asked it, hey, stage this for a child's bedroom and change up the wallpaper. And it did a great job of that. It put up children's wallpaper. It filled the bookcase full of children's toys and books, added a bed here. So really nice demonstration of what this room could look like. I did a few more here as well. So here's the kitchen. One thing I said to it was, hey, this is what the kitchen originally looked like. We can't actually change up the appliances or the cabinetry because we don't want to deceive people. So just stage it. So it just staged it the best it could under the circumstances. And then I said, now do a version that's modernized. And so it took that kitchen, actually updated the appliances and the cabinets as well. So we could show clients this and say, hey, this is not what it looks like, but this is what it could look like. I just want to give you an idea of that. That honesty is important, but real estate agents know how to do that. And here's one more. This was like the sunroom right here. There it is right there. And I said, stage this sunroom, and it did a great job of that as well. So you can literally just reach out to local real estate agents and send them some of these photos. Do a before and after and say, hey, I'm able to do this for you. I'm not gonna charge a ton for it, but I think this could be a really helpful service to really give an idea for your listings what these spaces could look like with furniture actually in them if they're staged. Number 4 is dating profile optimization. And this is something that more and more people are actually willing to pay money for because, let's face it, online dating has become really competitive. Now, let me be clear about what I mean here. This isn't about creating fake profiles or catfishing people. This is about taking someone's real photos and making them look their absolute best for their dating profiles. So for instance, I came over here to Google AI Studio. I uploaded this photo of myself. It's not a great photo, right? The lighting's not great. I'm kind of backlit. I don't look my best here. I look a little bit disheveled. And I just said to create a dating profile photo for this person. And it came out with this really nice, clean looking image. Now, if we blow this up, you'll notice that my nose piercing right here looks really off and weird. So I just asked it to actually get rid of that, remove it. And it was able to do that successfully, and it looks a lot cleaner now. So now we have a really nice looking profile photo that I could use for a dating app. Now, scrolling down further, I want more photos. So I said, now let's put this person in a bookshop. So here we go, and you notice it sort of lost the character a little bit here. That sort of looks like me, and maybe for some things that would be okay, but for a dating profile, I don't think this is great to upload this because that doesn't quite look like me. And I noticed just in general after that, it sort of lost it and it wasn't able to create another image from me. So what I did was I just went back to the beginning. I started a new chat and uploaded the same photo of myself. And I said, create a dating profile photo for this person and put them in a bookshop. And here they did a great job of that. You can see this is exactly me in the same exact outfit, but in a bookshop. And then I said, again, remove the nose ring and put me in a nice t-shirt. Now, funny enough, it did exactly that. But what it did was it removed the sweatshirt I was wearing and had me in a t-shirt, but kept the jacket on. So it did follow what I said to do. I just wasn't very clear about what I wanted. So then I said, okay, remove the jacket. So I'm only wearing a shirt. And so there's a shirt. And then I said, hey, I want it to be a t-shirt without long sleeves. And it was able to do that for me as well. So now we have a second photo I can use for my dating app as well. And of course, the business opportunity here is that you can sell these as a service to people that are looking to increase their chances of actually getting a match on different dating apps. And you can do that on websites like Fiverr or Upwork. Now, before we get to the last few, which are some of my favorite, if you're finding these ideas as exciting as I am, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel because I'm constantly discovering new ways to use AI tools to create opportunities like these. So if you don't want to miss out on any of that, make sure to subscribe down below. All right, the fifth method I have for you is creating and selling stock photography. And this is an area where Nano Banana really shines because the images it's able to make are so realistic, high quality, and really easy to make. So I came in here and asked it to create a stock image of someone at the casino. And here's a great stock image right here. I then asked it to create a stock image of someone clicking the subscribe button on a YouTube video. So it did that, maybe took it a little bit too literally, but we have that right there. I wanted a stock image of someone hiking. So we got this beautiful photo of this woman hiking on top of a mountain. It looks like at sunrise or sunset, really gorgeous looking photo. What else do we have? So I then asked it just for a stock image and said, use your imagination. It could be whatever you want. So create this one of an office environment with multiple people here brainstorming during some sort of meeting. Great looking image there. And coming down here, I asked it to create one of someone rock climbing and another beautiful image of someone rock climbing. And everything just looks super hyper realistic in here. So you can then take these and upload these images to stock photography platforms like Shutterstock, Getty Images, Adobe Stock, and every time someone downloads your image, you can earn a commission. Number 6 is using Nano Banana to help you come up with different ideas and to help you a lot actually with print on demand. So print on demand platforms like Redbubble, Etsy, Teespring, even Amazon, they let you upload designs that you can then get printed on t-shirts, mugs, phone cases, stickers, different types of products like that. And when someone actually buys a product with your design on it, the company will actually ship out the product with it printed on the actual merchandise. And you don't actually have to handle any of that yourself. You just get paid a commission. And I found that Gemini combined with Nano Banana is an amazing way to get started with print on demand. So I came over here into AI Studio or Gemini, and I just asked it to help me come up with a clever saying for a funny t-shirt. And I really said, just keep it simple. So it gave me a few fun ideas here. I really like the first one that says, I'm not lazy, I'm just on energy saving mode. So I decided to run with that one. So I said, hey, let's take that one and put it on a t-shirt. So here we see it on a t-shirt. So this helps us visualize what will this look like as a print on demand product. And we can see what that looks like right here. And then I say, hey, I want to see this on an actual model. So here's a woman wearing that t-shirt. So a few things this is already helping us with. One, it comes up with ideas for us. Two, we can verify those ideas by seeing what it looks like on the actual product and even on a model wearing that product. And we can even use these images for our website to demonstrate to potential customers what the product looks like once it's actually printed and sent to them. So then I said, hey, I want to see it on a sweatshirt now, because once you have a design that works, you don't want to just keep it on a t-shirt. You want to also have it available to customers on a sweatshirt like here, or a mug. You can see it's now on this mug as well. So it really unlocks tons of possibilities for you and allows you to get started with print on demand and come up with these ideas so quickly. And once you have these designs, you can upload them to these various print on demand websites and use Gemini to actually help you come up with great titles for your listing and descriptions for your listing as well. And then once people start to buy them, you'll earn a commission for it. All right, the 7th and final idea I have for you is offering architecture visualization services. And this is actually potentially really valuable because architects, construction companies, even landscapers are constantly looking for stuff like this. They often want to show clients what the project will look like before they actually start building or doing the work. So for instance, I came in here, I uploaded the photo of that house I showed you before, and I said, imagine you're a landscape designer. Do a mock-up of what this house could look like with nice landscaping done to it. And it did exactly that. It did a beautiful job, in fact, of really landscaping this front yard. But the house is unchanged. The house still needs a ton of updating. So I said, now imagine you're an architect. Do a mock-up of what this house could look like if we repainted and modernized the outside. And check this out. This did a fantastic job of doing that. And this is something that if you're an architect, you could tell exactly what you want the house to look like and then send this to a client so they have a really good idea of what it is that you are planning for. So there's no surprises when you actually begin the work. But let's take this one step further. Scrolling down, I said, let's update the walkway leading up to the house. I want it to look a lot nicer with paved stones and mulch on either side. So it did that. And I said, hey, let's take this up even another level. I said, add a second story to the house, and it did a beautiful job of that as well. So there you go, 7 more ways to potentially use Nano Banana to create an online business. If you want to try any of these methods, remember that Nano Banana is completely free to use right now. And while we're talking about free ways to use AI, I have a whole video I made recently dedicated just to that. You can click on it right here. These are some of my favorite AI tools that are completely free to use and have literally changed my life. So if you want to learn what those are, click on this video right here, and I'll see you over there in just 1 second. Bye for now.